Morning. You can hear me? If you can, thumbs up, please. Morning, CV.
Morning, PD. How you doing?
Good. It's miserable up here today, but good. Raining like crazy.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's like 50s right now down here, so it ain't too bad.
Yeah, it's 45 and raining. So take that for however it is. Did you watch
Hey,
the
PD.
game?
Nah, I didn't watch it. I was about to ask you, how did Olu look?
Great. That was one of the first things I was going to mention today. So he's very good in pass protection, man. He's very good in that. And everybody gave up a pressure except for Tipman. So I don't even know if Rodgers was sacked. He might have been once. So whatever. They won a game. I'm not even mad about. What am I going to do? Get mad? I don't root for my team to lose. That's just me. So if you guys want to talk, please do. I don't want to, dominate the conversation.
Nah, PD, I think you got the chips all where they may and just, you hopefully get the right guys in here to do the drafting and, get the right coach, but let the chips fall where they may, the draft position if you have to.
Yep. Maddie, what did you think of Fashion?
I love Fashanu. I always wanted them to take a left tackle. I'm happy with Fashanu. Brock's gonna light it up. A lot of Brock's catches right now are in garbage time, so they're always trailing, so they always have to throw. So I get it. He's a great player, but I'm really happy they took Fashanu. And the DeBrickashot comparisons are really good because they sort of personality wise seem like similar people. They're not like the nastiest guys in the world. They're more technically sound.
Quiet guys. Ferguson rarely talked. Same with Fashion, Maddie. Good point. Very good point there.
And he's young. He'll get even better. And regarding the tank and don't tank, it all becomes a moot point if the guy we draft, regardless of where we draft them, turns out to be a good pick. And that's the thing with Fashanu. You're not going to argue like, oh, we should have taken this guy, or if we hadn't beaten New England, we would have gotten this guy instead, because the pick is good, and that's all that matters. As long as wherever we pick, it's a good pick, we're good. When we picked Zach Wilson, and we could have traded down and kept Darnold or whatever the scenarios are. That's where those conversations always go. But you can't argue when a pick is good, and there's no second guessing there. So to me, the team's going to play. Some people want them to tank. Some people like you, Petey. I respect what you said. I can't sit there for 3 hours myself and watch them hope that they lose. Then what am I watching? And I agree with CB. If that's the case, go out and enjoy your Sunday. But to me, as long as the pick winds up being a good pick for this team, it's a moot point what they did the year before, whether they beat Miami at the end or whatever.
Yeah, Terrence. I don't know. I just can't sit there and if I'm going to watch for 3 hours, I mean, I just can't hope. Oh, I hope he gets sacked. I hope this gut player fails. No way. No way. It's not. Can't do it. Mark, good morning.
Hey, what's up? Happy Victory Monday. It's been a while, right?
Victory Monday. Oh my gosh, you're wild, bro. I won't even say that.
Well, look, I mean, if they're gonna look, they're gonna win some games. I thought going into this one they were gonna win it. I mean, think about it, right? Backup quarterback with Trevor Lawrence out. Jacksonville's got the same record, like, you know. But here, Pete, here's the thing. I was running numbers because I was curious from the last 4 games about points scored on offense. In the last 4 games, they're averaging 26.5 points per game on offense. Like, I know that there's some drops and, and some error throws and stuff like that. And, dude, they're averaging over 26 points a game.
And they're still losing. Their defense stinks. The defense stinks, Mark.
It does stink. It's gone from one of the best to one of the worst. Statistically, one of the best to statistically one of the worst in football.
Well, Mark, I don't know if you saw during the game, like overall, I even posted it. I'm like, you cannot tell me that this defense is ranked 4th. There's no way. There's no way. It's brutal.
Pete, I can't shake the thought of what would have happened if they would install Todd Downing as the play caller from the jump, like week 1, and if they hadn't fired Saleh.
Mark, I think it's more than that. Mark, I think it's more than that, though. I really believe putting Fashanu at left tackle has really helped this team. I'm sorry, like, no offense to Tyron Smith, but the team's been playing. The offensive line has been a lot better since Fashanu has been in. He was a good pick, man. Nobody can criticize. I mean, I'm not saying you can't criticize it, but I think we found our guy. We have a left tackle, which is good. Now you don't have to pay him.
Yeah, I mean, that's making the best of it. I would have liked to see Rodgers throw to Bowers. I mean, Bowers, has he set or is he already setting the rookie record for tight end performance?
Yeah, but Mark, you can't go back. Yeah, I get it, but then who's playing left tackle right now? Max Mitchell?
All right, I can't answer that. I'm just saying that folks who are clowned on for wanting Bowers, that's not looking so hot right now. And
all right,
no one was saying Fashanu was going to be a bad player. There was never. But if you're serious about being all in, whatever. Look, if you're serious about being all in, give the guy weapons. Like, let Rodgers.
Yeah, dude, but Mark, for folks he did get his
performance, he's in multiple duties. They're averaging over 26 points a game in the last 4 games.
By the way, did anybody see when Rodgers ran that long run and he freaking pointed to the sideline and he said 41? Anybody see that? That was funny.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Look, for folks who said all he can do is yes, his ability to operate off schedule made him special, like top of the league, one of the best in history. It's not like he still can't operate and function in the offense. And think about it, Breece Hall, whoever, he's been taking slings and arrows this year. It's fine. Braylon Allen gets hurt. He's dinged up and he's out of the game. And they're still it's still working. And where are the folks that want to get Garrett Wilson off the team? Where's that?
June's not here yet.
I mean, come on. And then, for folks that want to cry about sauce and interceptions, well, he gets a late game interception as a stat pad to seal the deal. Okay, fine. I just don't.
It's meaningless to me.
Dude, if you're a Jet fan, they want to get rid of everybody. And every time I talk to fans outside the fan base, they're like, man, there's a lot of talent out there, but the coaching, man, what a massive mistake to fire the coach at week 5. It totally derailed the season. But inside the fan base, in that echo chamber, it's like, no, it was great to fire him. Oh, they had to fire him. It was just time.
Mark, no,
get out of here, man.
I don't know. Saleh should have been gone, though, Mark. Come on.
Oh my God, Pete.
Mark, you're still harping on this. The season's been over. It was over during the New England game.
Every week, Pete.
They
should bring this up.
But they shouldn't have fired Saleh going into Buffalo. You're right. I agree with you. But now you just got to.
Defense is trash, straight trash. Explosives they give up.
Reddick's been trash. Mosley's been out. You know, what else is there to, you know? There's two guys on the team, you know, Jamie and Sherwood's developed. Good.
You know what,
The
Pete?
Jets have a lot of holes on defense next year, Mark. They need they
Yeah.
need a defensive tackle. They need two safeties. They need a corner. I'm not comfortable putting Stiggers in there, you know, as the
Oh God, he
starter yet.
stinks. No, he's not ready.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm not ready to get rid of Sauce because then who do you have? Stiggers and freaking, you know, what's his name? Craig James. I know he's not on the team now, but that's what I'm saying.
uh,
Like, you know, and by the way, I don't know. I'm really impressed. Isaiah Davis he's not a bad blocker on pass protection. When Rodgers changes that protection, I've been seeing Davis, you know, he hasn't been getting sacked. So I don't know if
I
anybody
like
saw
Davis.
Isaiah Davis, you know. I think Isaiah CB may have been on to something with Isaiah Davis. With him, I don't know if he said he was a better pass catcher before he had better stats than Allen. But I think CB's on to something with that. So
Yeah. Pete, it's a talent for folks that said, oh, well, the roster's not great. It's a talented roster. Like, they've got good players all over the place. What they're suffering from is god-awful coaching. And and did you see them say, I think I was watching around the NFL, and they were thinking that the Titans GM was in the candidate list for the Jets, and
yes,
I was like,
him
wait
and
a
Lewis
second.
Reddick for a second.
Yeah, and I was like, well, wait a second. If they get that GM, like, did that GM fire Vrabel? Like, would that mean you don't get Vrabel, or like, how did he get canned? I guess is my question.
I don't even know, to be honest, Mark.
Because I like Vrabel a lot. I mean, I think I was scratching my head when he got fired in the first place, and I'd have less questions about the head coach if he's the head coach.
What year do you feel we weren't suffering from god awful coaching? Which year did we not have god awful coaching?
Buckeye, I'm looking at the statistics and the numbers of where the team is, where they were.
Different GM, Mark. The guy that got rid of Vrabel is still the GM of the Titans. That's Carthon.
Oh,
the owner,
the new. I was
gonna say the same thing. The
Right,
new
good.
owner, the new owner is the one that got rid of Vrabel. You know, new GM came in. Vrabel wanted a little bit more control. The GM wanted a little bit more control. The new owner sided with the GM. That's how it all went down. In a nutshell, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
Go ahead.
No, that's right.
Which GM traded AJ Brown?
That was
John Robinson, the one that we just brought in.
Yeah, absolutely no interest in him.
I mean, the Jets got to do their home. They're going to probably interview like at least 10 guys, at least. So, whatever. They're available, so why not start the process?
Yeah, Mark, if I can,
yeah.
because I wasn't. I guess I must have knocked myself down when you were talking. I'm not in the run it back camp, but it's not my decision. But the one thing I will say about the last 4 games is consider that it was the Colts, the Seahawks, the Dolphins, and Jacksonville. We'll see if the 26 points a game continues against the next 2 teams. You got to also factor that in. But Devontae Adams was incredible yesterday.
Absolutely.
Are these guys capable of just doing that once in a while, or and that's the thing that, frankly, regarding the Garrett Wilson thing, I mean, to me, like, it's almost as if like Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to throw to the guy sometimes. Now that one touchdown pass, I mean, he had no choice. Like twice, Tennessee just let the 2 touchdown passes. Tennessee just let Garrett Wilson basically just sit there in the middle of the field, and that was good for Garrett. He deserves a touchdown. And that one, I don't know how you allow somebody. I don't know how you allow Devontae Adams to split the safeties with 3 minutes left in the game, but that just shows how bad. Like Jacksonville's taken a book out of our playbook over the last couple of games, where somehow we let these teams come back and beat us late in the fourth quarter. It was the same thing. Like, I don't know how Devontae Adams splits those safeties and gets that 71-yard, or I think it was 71, but basically that touchdown pass. But only the Jaguars can do that. But that's it. So go ahead, Buckeye. I see you're about to say something.
The issue I got is this is the time of the year where I want to see the kids, man. Malachi Corley being benched, Braylon Allen getting 2 carries, Aaron clearly prioritizing Devontae. There's no way you can convince me that Garrett Wilson's not getting separation. He misses him religiously when he is open. The development side should be all about the kids now. Like, I have no idea why Malachi Corley is not on a field.
Hey, Buckeye, I'll agree with that last point, but I cannot. I cannot get with the with the idea that Rodgers is favoring one receiver and not looking towards the other. I mean, listen, if there's anything that anyone who watches football knows, Aaron Rodgers is going to, he's going to operate the way he operates, right? So he's always going to say, okay, hot blitz is coming here, hot read's coming here, so on and so forth. I cannot get on board with the idea that anyone thinks that he's, purposely going to Devontae and not to Garrett. I think it's just, and I'm not talking about you. I'm saying I think that concept of that idea is silly.
But and again, I know he doesn't do this purposely. It doesn't feel like he misses Garrett. Like his worst throws of the game are always Garrett Wilson. It never fails.
Listen, Lazard dropped too. I mean, that throw he made.
Yeah, but Garrett didn't drop anything. Peter.
Correct. No, I know. But listen, it is what it is. He's probably gone. But to me, this was Rodgers' best game.
And Braylon Allen.
No, really, Pete? You think so?
Yes.
You think this was his best game?
Yes, with all of his throws. Yeah. What? New England game was better?
I think New England was just like.
I mean, I just like but Mark, I like the deep throws. I like all that stuff.
And Braylon Allen getting 2 fucking carries, man. 2.
I mean, listen, Dom, whatever. It is what it is. I like the Jets scored 32 points yesterday. They're always fucking boring.
Notice how his
exciting.
2 best games were New England and Jacksonville, though?
I get it. But wait, when Terrence said, Terrence isn't here, let's not make it look like Seattle's they were in first place. I mean, I get it. It's the Colts and everything, but whatever. Who cares?
I wouldn't bring him back. I have no interest in it.
But here's the thing, and again, I go back and forth on this. If next year's a bridge, why do you want a different bridge than him? He is the bridge. Now, again, if you want to eat the cap, then that makes sense. Then I got no problem with this with the reset. But I got to tell you, I can't watch Tyrod Taylor next year.
No, I get it. I don't think it's Tyrod either.
But then what do you do? Like, Dom has brought this up, and I've been going at it with him a little bit, like fun wise, and Dom's still here. Like, you already have all this money allocated towards the backup quarterback and Travis, and you're going to have $49 million in dead money with Rodgers. So, Dom, I'm on to Dom with that, but I don't want to see Tyrod Taylor start every game. Sorry. Miss me with that. I don't.
But what's your end goal there, Pete? You don't want to see him start. What's your end goal?
Well, that's
you want to take. No, hang on. Let me get what I wanted to say across. If you want to take, and I don't know, and maybe your answer is you don't want to take all the dead cap. My reasoning for it is I want to take as much of my medicine as I can, so that the new regime, the new head coach, the new GM is, has a treasure chest full of salary cap for years moving forward. Because I think that's how you can build something sustainable. Okay, and if you're going to do that, it just doesn't make sense to invest more money into the quarterback position because we don't want to see Tyrod Taylor because we don't want to see Tyrod Taylor because, oh God, he's Tyrod Taylor, he's always going to get hurt, blah blah blah. If you're doing that, you're not spending more money into the position. You're just not
Correct.
doing it. You're not spending a lot of money anywhere. It'll probably be a lot of low value, even though you can have cap space. It'll probably be a lot of low level 1-year deals, positional fillers, so that you can kind of regroup and retool. You're hoping for that Tyrod Taylor can get you, a half dozen wins, and if not, because everyone's going to be gone that next year anyway.
Yeah, but
if you're going to retool, that's the way. That, in my opinion,
okay,
that's the only way to do it. It doesn't make sense to do it and string this money out along 25, 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, Rodgers would be the better quarterback to bridge. Absolutely. But then you're tying a lot of money into 26 and 27, even if he's not on the team.
Right. But doesn't the cap go up? Like, if people want to take the hit, why does it always have to be what mostly everybody else does? Why can't the guy get creative? And, listen, they're going to push money back anyway. It's going to be next year, but the cap's going up anyway.
You don't have to push money back. That's the thing, Petey.
Right.
You don't have
I understand that. Go ahead.
Hear me out. All right? You push money back when you're in a position like look at San Francisco playing on a rookie quarterback. So they're bringing in all these veteran guys, all these guys to help fortify the team and win now, right? That's why Joe Douglas had all these void years and kicked money down the road, because he was really trying to build a team to win now. You're not going to have that if Rodgers is gone. So there's no need to tack on all the void years and take less money now to kick it down the road. There's no need to do that.
Right.
You don't have to sacrifice the team's fiscal future because you're not going to win anything now.
Yeah, Dom. To me, it's all good, but so you mean to tell me that teams don't turn it around in a year? We got to wait 3 years for this thing to turn around?
Teams don't turn around in a year.
Well, I'm saying teams do turn it around in a year. They can.
The Chargers just
Somebody
did.
always goes from worst to first, right? Why can't it be us?
What's turning it around?
Why not?
Petey, 10 minutes ago, you just reeled off how many holes we have on defense.
Yes.
Right?
But you can't create.
We have no idea. We have no idea what the
space with Rodgers anyway, Dom. So who cares about that? You can't create salary cap if you let go of Rodgers. So it's a moot point, in my opinion, for next year. There's no negotiating. You can't. Unless
what are you talking about?
What if you let go of Rodgers, right, next year, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
It's a $49 million dead cap hit. Unless you post June 1st it, which you can't use the money anyway until after
June. You're not gonna do that. It's $49 million. Right. And if Adams goes too, that's another $7.5 million dead. But you free up 33 right there.
Right. It's 30. It's 29.5. Right. I agree. I agree with.
You can take your lumps, and you can take all your lumps and still have room to field a team. Is it going to be the most competitive team? Yeah, maybe if you bring in fucking Jim Harbaugh or Sean Payton, those guys turned average teams around in a year. So maybe if you hire one of those guys, you can get creative. Why not us? Maybe that's what you need to do. But the realistic fan is going to say it ain't happening.
Yeah, but
the
question Dom's asking is, if you turn it around, what's the end game, right? So let's say they bring Vrabel in and they win half of these games that they lost. They're essentially just a wild card team or maybe a divisional out in the playoffs. That's the end game, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Matty, the
But
offense looks completely different with Olu in there versus Tyron Smith.
I said that before, Brownlee. I agree.
It looks completely different.
So
Well,
you
Dom,
guys. So wait.
Dom, in your
So
opinion,
everybody. Wait. Everybody that's complaining that we don't make the playoffs, that we're dog shit, which we are, and I'm on board. They broke me. The Jets broke me. You wouldn't sign up to make the playoffs next year? Come on.
I would rather have something built that has a chance to be continued success. Foundational. If it means we don't see the playoffs or we don't start being competitive till 26, that's what it means, dude.
So we're going to be
Like
competitive.
what is a 1 year?
Wait, Dom, we're going to be competitive in 26 with a rookie quarterback that we haven't even drafted yet? Who says we're going to even draft a
Maybe.
quarterback? But maybe.
Who says we're going to draft a quarterback? Well, I didn't say we're going to draft a quarterback. Who knows what you're going to do at that point?
Saying.
But you know what you're going to have at that point? You're going to have $180 million worth of cap space. You can go sign whatever fucking free agent quarterback you want if that's the way that the GM and the coach want to go. Have at it.
But
Have
why
at
is
it. I could
that
care
okay?
less.
And you can sign a quarterback but not draft one. I thought it was about finding the right quarterback. That build him from within, right?
That makes zero sense, Petey. Who said that the right quarterback has to be one that's
then
drafted?
it's an older veteran quarterback. It's a guy that's been in the league.
Who cares? Who cares if
I don't care. I want to win. I don't want to sit through 5 and 12 next year. Sorry, I don't. I don't see why fans can't fan the way they want to fan.
No one's saying you can't, but you're saying all these things. You're putting words that not one person said. Not one person. Not at least me.
Dom,
I'll speak for myself. Hang on. Let me get my.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I'm gonna. But you just said why? Well, we're gonna win with a rookie quarterback. Why can't we win? I just said clear the fucking cap. I don't care if it's a rookie. I don't care if you bring the fucking corpse of Joe Montana back.
hey Dom.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey Dom, in your opinion,
Yeah.
what's the closest thing to Peyton or Harbaugh? Obviously, there isn't one, right? But what closest thing right now?
I have no. I don't think it's Vrabel.
Me neither.
But I have no idea. I mean, listen, I think Vrabel's a good coach. I don't think he's of that level. I don't think he's of that level where he's gonna automatically
Peyton has a Super Bowl. So, and Harbaugh, you can tell he's he built programs. There's Vrabel had one stint as the head coach. So, yeah, obviously.
I think Vrabel's a fine head coach. I don't think he's even close to that level.
Yeah, but do you think
But maybe the second time around, he will be.
You think he would take the job? I don't think he would. I don't think he'd come into the building. I don't even think he would interview.
Why would he announce that he's interested in it?
He said that?
Yeah.
Did he
announce it? There was a report about it.
Or was it a report that announced it?
It was a report.
So then I'm wrong. Wrong.
Well, if you believe the reporters.
I believe, believe half of what you see and 50% of what you hear. Is that what they say?
I guess.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna be rude, guys. I think you're thinking too hard about this. I think Vrabel is the clear. I think if they land him, he's the clear right pick for right now. This idea that you're going to get. What are your alternatives? I guess that's the part. It's easy to shoot down.
No, Mark. I agree with you. I agree with you, Mark. I said I was asked if I thought Vrabel was of the level of Harbaugh or Peyton. I said no, he's not. But is he the best coach available with everyone that's available right now? Probably. He's probably your best bet, your most solid bet. You're probably your best leader. Has done it before. So, it's hard to put Vrabel up against a newcomer, a guy who's never been a head coach and say, no, this guy is a better head coach because they never done it. I'll say this. Maybe this was a better way to answer the question is that I'll choose. There are certain guys that I would choose and roll the dice with as first-time head coaches over Vrabel. There's no first-time head coach I'd roll the dice with over Peyton or Harbaugh.
Your
Well, I
problem
mean,
with that
right.
scenario, though, Dom, is Woody. That would be my issue. I would love to get
Yeah, I
something.
got
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Like, sure, if you want to go boom or bust with the head coaching, like, sure, but now you got to deal with a meddlesome owner who's like dollar store Jerry Jones. Like, he stinks. This owner, he's not good. So I need a stable guy in the front office at head coach, and then you get him a GM that's a solid talent evaluator and everything else to complement what Vrabel has for his vision of the team. You got to give him. Then he needs his coordinators and the rest of the position coaching. Like, they need all that. But if one of the things you're frustrated with watching Sunday after Sunday is a mistake riddled football team, like, I don't know how Vrabel doesn't become the first guy on your list to try to solve at a minimum that problem.
Because I want an offensive guy. His offenses were boring in Tennessee. You know,
But that's your OC. Then and I said you pair him with an OC. If you want innovation, you get that. But look,
but how do
how
you
much
do
really
that?
ground are you going to get? Because you have Rodgers, dude. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. What, they're going to bring in a new system?
I
Do
actually,
Ground,
you
don't you
remember when
wait,
they
Ground,
had?
I
don't you want
actually think,
Rogers
Okay,
back?
I actually think Rodgers is an attraction. I actually think that when a coach gets hired, they're pressured to like, yeah, there's a honeymoon period where they could suck for a year or so, but they position themselves much better if they could develop their quarterback that they want under a guy like Aaron. And in the meantime, if they could get 11, 12 wins in their first year, that's a tremendous start for head coach. You know,
Ground, can we start at like 9 to 10 wins instead of
I know
11
11 or
and
12
12?
wins, dude. They just won a game and now they've got 4. Like, Ground, what happy juicy? Did you dig in early this morning, Ground? Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, is my turn to jump in yet?
Yeah, go ahead,
All right.
Nick.
So
We're just
yeah,
talking.
no worries,
Sorry.
no worries.
And then Nelson, jump in
Us.
after Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
So I've got a bunch of takeaways from yesterday. My first one is I'm officially off the Aaron Glenn train. I was on the Aaron Glenn train. I recognize my mistakes. I was wrong. Uh, he gave up how many points to Buffalo? We got to play them twice a year. I have no interest in watching Josh Allen do what he did yesterday to the Jets for as long as Aaron Glenn is here. I know they're banged up, but this defense isn't as good as Detroit's, even when they're banged up. So I'm off that. As far as Rodgers, I don't want him back for a couple reasons. On the field aside, I have no interest in Aaron Rodgers giving input to the GM and to the coach. We saw what happened last time he gave input. It was Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, and Nathaniel Hackett, all of which are terrible and should no longer be here. So you can, because what's going to happen is it's going to be, hey, I'm thinking about hiring Mike Vrabel. Oh no, I don't want Mike Vrabel. Get my friend from this place, and then Woody's going to be like, oh okay. So then you're going to have maybe a coach and a coordinator who aren't necessarily ready for this job or aren't necessarily qualified because Aaron said so. Aaron's going to be 42 playing for the Jets with a coach who isn't really qualified and they're going to be terrible again. And I think that the off the field stuff with Aaron trumps the on the field stuff, and the on the field stuff isn't necessarily great because if we remember yesterday, he had 3 completions at halftime, and there was weeks where he had like 40 passing yards at halftime.
Yeah, Nick, let me just jump in 1 second for that. They had the ball for 8 minutes. 8 minutes. They had the ball for 8 minutes. The defense couldn't get off the field. And I'm not knocking you for that. That's not you.
No, yeah, I get
But
it.
they had the ball for 8 minutes.
Yeah,
How do you generate anything with the ball for 8 minutes? You
it's
can't.
it's time and time again though. Like we got 9 points against Denver. How are you scoring 9 points at home against Denver? I know it was pouring, but still.
What
Nathaniel Hackett. That's how.
okay. And Denver's
Yeah,
not
that's
actually
true.
a good team now, to be honest.
Yep.
No, they are. But that, again, that's Rodgers' fault that Nathaniel Hackett is there. That's who he wanted. He wanted Lazard, who drops passes and gets penalties. He wanted Billy Turner, who the hell knows where he is. Like, and I don't want to have the new coach be chosen by Aaron Rodgers. And I really don't want it chosen by Woody but I don't think I have a choice there.
Yeah, I don't think he
All
has that
right.
option now, especially
But
the way they've been.
that's my, and
But
I don't
Petey,
really
listen,
know the
Petey, I
solution.
gotta.
I mean, I like
Nick,
Jordan
can you hear
Travis,
Nelson
and
or
I
you
think
can't
that
hear
would work
Nelson?
out nicely. I don't love that Garrett is
I don't think Nick
losing
can
his
hear
friggin'
anybody.
brain because of
I'll
Rogers
wait.
continually missing him and or not throwing it to him. I don't want Garrett to request a trade and be like AJ Brown, for
Why do
example.
you want Garrett to request it? You want him to, or you
No,
don't?
no, 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 no. I
Oh,
want Garrett to be a Jet for 15 years and pass Don Maynard because he's capable of doing so. But if 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers is only throwing the ball to Lazard and
well,
friggin'
Lazard won't be. I think Lazard's gone
I hope
after
so.
this
I
year.
hope so. He's so terrible. But
That I think.
but if he is here, he's going to get 6 targets a game and Garrett will get 4 just because that's his guys. That's his guys. He's always had his guys. James Jones, Jordy Nelson, like these
Well,
guys.
but what if what? But what, Nick? What if the thing is? Listen, I'm not. If they bring him back, I don't care. What am I going to do?
No, I agree
There's
with you.
nothing I
Yeah,
could do.
yeah. No, I
So
Petey, could you hear Nelson when he tried talking?
yes, I could.
Okay.
Is Nelson talking now?
No,
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 I'm
no,
here. No,
no.
we
He's
wait.
wait.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
I hear
waiting.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just keep going.
Guys, good morning. Here's a stat. Aaron's 33, 55, 32, 55, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Right? It's possible that you can make an argument he could throw 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns by the end of the year.
4,000, you mean?
Yeah, 4,000. That's what I meant. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
yeah, and they'll be 5-12.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Listen, I don't know. Like I mentioned to you yesterday, Peter said, "Where the heck are these play calls? Where were they all year?
No,
Pretty much the whole season, we were
I
saying that this guy's not throwing deep at all."
Well, pass blocking changed with
yes.
Olu.
Yeah, no, I
Pass
agree with that.
blocking changed.
Yeah,
Listen, reality is, and I hate to say this, once Tyron Smith went down, the development of Fashanu started, but he's the guy. And
But Petey,
Mark,
isn't that
Oh
part of the
man, we still
issue
doing
with
this? Like,
Salah?
good for
Wasn't that part of
Mark,
the issue
how
with
can't
Salah
Mark?
was the
But how can't
commitment?
you be? Yeah, but Mark, hold on 1 second, Buckeye. Mark, how can't you be happy with what Fashanu is protecting the quarterback? Like, how can't you
Pete.
be happy at that? What would Brock
Look,
Bowers have done in this shit
Pete.
offense that they don't use tight
Oh my
ends?
God,
Mark,
Pete.
but go ahead.
Let me answer you. Look, player development is great. I love player development. I think it's awesome. I think Fashanu, I think he can improve as a run blocker in pass pro. Great. That's awesome. I'm excited for 2026 and 27 and 28. But you know what I also want to do? I want to see the Jets win football games before they put me in the ground. Okay. And that means how can they win football games? I understand, Dom's point earlier about, doing some gymnastics on the roster and the cap and the rest of it to like give the next, build the war chest. But how many times have we seen the Jets blow it when it comes to draft picks and draft capital and salary and forget it, man. Just like go win. You have Rodgers for another year. I think there's a strong chance they try to run it back with Rodgers. And you have Devontae Adams in the building. And to the point earlier that Nick made about Garrett, that Rodgers favors his guys. What's saying that Garrett Wilson doesn't become one of his guys next year? They build some more chemistry. They keep playing.
But Mark,
I think they run it back.
that's what this year was about. Like, why didn't he build that chemistry with Garrett this year? And I'm not saying I hate the idea of Rodgers being back.
It's not like Garrett's not doing anything, Buckeye. He's there. He had a touchdown yesterday. They're seeing something. Is it elite chemistry yet? No. But how many years did he work with Devontae Adams versus what he's worked with Garrett Wilson?
But you saw even in a game that we won yesterday,
he's only got a couple years left.
He's screaming on the side. He's pissed off. There's something to that. Garrett,
He was saying it yesterday. He was telling Sean Jefferson that they should have threw a fade to him.
right.
Like, why wasn't a fade called?
Look, man, wide receivers, especially competitive ones, they want the ball. They want to be the guy that helps win. It's what Devontae Adams did yesterday. All those wideouts want that moment. I don't see it unfavorably. I'm fine with. I like Garrett Wilson a lot, dude. When you have the opportunity to put Garrett Wilson or Devontae Adams in the slot, you guys realize what a problem that is for opposing defenses? Like, that's what, especially when you've got Rodgers at the helm, like that's the. And look, I know he's going to be 42, but I don't know. Look, the only thing I'll say towards the future, Pete, just back to you for a second, is if the Jets have an opportunity right now to bring in a young guy at quarterback, let's say, and do it the right way, and actually sit that person behind a veteran for a year, so they can understand what it looks like to watch film and prepare, and and not have their confidence shattered in the first year, like. They have an opportunity to do that right now.
But you can't.
That's my biggest future argument.
You can't force the draft either, though. So if there's not a guy, and I know everyone's like, doesn't matter, you draft the guy anyway. Well, that's why we're always here, right? The Zach Wilson thing is why we're here. So like, if there's not a quarterback that the new GM that you're putting all of the trust in doesn't feel, I don't know, Drew Aller,
I disagree. Okay. I disagree.
How?
It's a crapshoot. I'll tell you why, because it's a crapshoot anyway. And my philosophy is you draft a quarterback until you have a quarterback. How many times have we seen quarterbacks get drafted and we're like, oh, actually, that guy turned into something?
But John Elway did that in Denver, Mark. It was awful.
Well, John Elway's a shit GM.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Because
Listen,
I'll
make a joke. I'm here. Brock Osweiler, Paxton Lynch. Like he just drafted a bunch of punks.
Well, he drafted the guys until you get it right, and he never got it right. Like that. My point is, I don't know.
He's a bad GM.
So maybe Drew Aller is a guy. Maybe Milrose a guy. I don't know. But if the next GM doesn't deem them guys, I'm not just drafting them to draft them, man.
We need to draft some defense too. Our defense totally sucks.
I don't disagree with you, but the quarterback's the most important position.
Right.
And they don't.
Of course.
There are folks in here who think that Rodgers isn't the answer next year. The Jets have no long-term answer at quarterback.
So, Mark, can I counter your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Instead of like arguing Olu and Bowers, why are we on the podium screaming Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix? Like, why not?
I mean,
why not campaign for Bo Nix? Forget what you're seeing now. Why didn't you just take the shot with Bo Nix last year instead of Brock Bowers?
I don't think Bo Nix with Nathaniel Hackett would have been.
So Mark, and that brings me up to my point because I've been waiting to hold on to you. Sorry, Mark. Pause.
That's
wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mark,
good morning, Pete.
Mark, but you're saying about Brock Bowers and player development. They can't develop. What has Jeremy Rucker done? What has Malachi Corley done? What have they done? Nothing.
Yeah, but what about Sherwood?
Mark, that's defense, though. We already spoke about that.
That's true.
But for you to say that and then not be happy with Fashanu is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying I'm unhappy with Fashanu, Pete. I'm saying that he's going to be great for 2026 and on. And maybe they have the future franchise left tackle. That's awesome.
Mark, now they don't have who's going to play left tackle this year? Max Mitchell? Who?
Love Bowers. Fashanu was the right pick.
But what would they have done and develop Bowers? So that means go ahead. I'm just saying.
Listen, the reason why they drafted Fashanu was because of Becton. Becton didn't work out. Now, if Becton would have worked out, they would have taken the tight end.
Yeah, but that's
probably
not the reason why, because they signed Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
To be honest, Petey, between Tyron and Zerline, those two almost flushed the whole season down before the season even started. Those 100%. Two.
Yeah. By the way, can I just make one point? Did anybody see when the Jets field goal kicker missed? He actually started before the ball was snapped. They missed that call. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I to myself, I was like, he's going to miss. I saw him start early, but that's regardless, man. And I didn't agree with what Elbrick did at the end, by the way.
I
think you kneel on the ball and you give
100%.
20 seconds left, whatever.
Yeah, Schlereth was killing him.
Anyone agreed with him.
You're the Schlereth. Schlereth was killing him. The same old Jets. That's a Schlereth.
So let's get to PK and Curtis. What's up, PK?
Hey, morning, guys. Morning.
Good.
How are you? I wanted to touch on the Garrett Wilson situation. I think we're being a little bit prisoners of the moment here. 3 weeks ago against Seattle, he had like over 10 targets, I think. Miami game, he had over 110 yards. yesterday, yeah, he only had 2 catches. He got PI. There's I think 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, there was.
Like let's let the professionals play the game. I assure you, Rodgers doesn't have any slight towards Garrett. But like this whole what's the other option? Force feeding Garrett? No, that's not going to work either because we'd have people bitch on here the next day about that. So I think we need to relax. Like if Rodgers leaves, I think there's 0% chance Garrett stays. So I think Rodgers is the best option as far as that goes. That's all I have to say to that.
Why you think what? I don't know about that. I think PK.
You think Garrett wants to be part of a rookie quarterback, like a development project? I think he's ready to win.
Okay. I just don't think he's
But
all
that's my
right.
opinion.
I don't think Garrett's going to leave.
It's going to be a fight, even if Rodgers stays. I think it's going to be a fight, even if Rodgers stays. It's going to be not fight, but I mean, like it's going to take a lot on the Jets side to get Garrett to stay. I think.
All right.
So,
well, $30 million a year is probably going to make
Yeah.
him stay.
yeah,
So
he'll get that a lot of places though.
Correct.
Though.
But he
So,
can't get it early. He can only get
yeah,
it early here.
that's big. That's a big chip. That's a big chip in the that we have. But yeah, but like I said, I think the targets are getting blown out of proportion. Some of the biggest plays yesterday were those PI calls, and Garrett was a huge part of that. So I think he's cool with the outcome. I think he's cool with those targets, and like I said, he had a nice touchdown. So I would say he would take that 10 times out of 10.
Yep. Good point. Curtis, go ahead.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning for the Midwest. Beautiful day, I guess. Again, happy with the Machado pick that I always was. That dude is going to be rugged. Let's not worry about Garrett. We got we got control of him for a while. But I'm of the fact of doing him a solid and paying him early, just to keep him happy. I was listening to the game and Schlereth, and they were talking. I don't know if A-Rod really wants to stay from what he was saying. And so I was just keen on what they were picking up. Pretty much, it kind of sucks because I don't want A-Rod to hold us hostage. It's not going to happen. I think he sees the writing, but he was good. He was good. I don't see no other options better right now to run it back. Because Darnold's not going to come back. As a man, you can't expect a man to come back here. He's not coming back, and that's the only second best option. So right now, I guess we just ride the wave. Really don't have any opinions. That's why I haven't been on Spaces or anything. There's no reason to talk about anything until we make the first move. That's the GM, and then we'll go from there. That's all I got.
Yeah, Curtis, I've been not struggling, but
by the way,
go ahead. Reddick sucks.
You know it. You know you're gonna get that. Oh my God, is he trash? I told y'all.
I think it was because he held out, but I mean, you can't argue your take now. Yeah,
he's dogging it, Petey.
Yeah, he lost it. Yeah, he lost. He lost a lot of money for his future for doing that. By the way.
Oh yeah, he's toast now. He's on.
Anybody think he's going to get $20 million a year now for 3 years? 4 years?
He'll get vet minimums. He'll never get a 3-year deal again.
He'll probably get
Who's
a
that?
contract with incentives, to get up to like 15, 20.
Who's that? Reddick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed himself on the open market.
Bobby, go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on the whole Garrett Wilson thing really quickly. I know everyone's saying we're favoring Devontae Adams and stuff, but I think Garrett Wilson's fourth in the NFL in receptions, and it seems like almost every game, Rodgers is starting off by trying to get him a deep ball. And what he had 2 touchdowns versus the Texans, brought us back, won that game. So I think that whole conversation's a little ridiculous. I mean, Garrett's having a great year. But I think the guy we should be concerned with is Brees. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. He has a good game like 1 in every 5 games. So if we're looking at that draft class on who's the odd man out's going to be between him, Sauce, and Jermaine, I honestly think it's going to be Brees.
Agreed. That was my hot take I forgot to say. Brees is gone. You got 2 other very good bats. Brees is gone. Best bet if we got smart GM, we trade him this year while he's still kind of high. At least get a second or third round back for him and move on from there.
But who says we're going to get a second round pick for Breeze?
You're not.
If
You're
right,
not.
like why?
I'm praying. I'm just praying, bro.
Yeah,
I know that. I'm
Curtis,
just
and
saying.
I'm not dismissing your take, but we under most Jet fans overvalue player. I don't know, man. This whole shit sucks, man.
There's nothing wrong with getting the
Here
a third
comes
round
Mr.
pick
Trade.
for him. Kurt, I like
Morning,
what you
dude.
said, Kurt. Good morning there, fellas. Kurt, I like what you
Mr.
just
Trade is
said,
great.
man. Actually, I'm Elliot, last night was horrible for me. I can't believe this fucking team had the nerve to win this fucking game, meaningless game. Selfish son of a
You knew it
bitches.
was going to happen,
We're
man.
gonna beat Miami too. You know that's gonna
No,
happen.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
watch.
no,
You
no,
you
no, no.
watch. The weather
This
the
was the
weather better be
only
over
game.
41.
This was the only game that we had. And I said this was the only game that we had a chance to win. After that, the season is over with now.
The
But
season's been over,
nevertheless,
June.
yeah, I mean, but these selfish son of a bitches win this fucking game yesterday for what?
We're
Why?
gonna beat Miami.
I don't see that shit
But
happening at
hear
all,
me
baby.
out, June. How do you expect these guys, like fans are going to be fans, and I get it, but you can't tell a professional athlete that's got millions of dollars on the line that they fight for their brothers every game. You know, every got people are getting hit. People are can't players lose their careers playing football, like they can't play again because of these injuries, and you expect them to just lay down. Now, do I think Reddick's not playing as good as he should? Absolutely. He made a business decision. But you can't tell a player to fucking tank. I'm sorry.
I think the only team that's showing anything of like, and again, I think they are trying, but the Giants are the only team that like I think they've got 0% chance of winning every week. But Jacksonville's trying.
Yeah,
The Raiders are trying. Like these teams are
yeah,
trying. Tennessee's trying.
Everybody's trying, man. Players want to put the shit on tape. They don't care about draft picks. They care about their contracts and what they. That's the part. And here's the thing, June. Here's I listen. I understand what you're saying about winning a meaningless game. I get it, but this is not a draft where like who are they climbing up the draft board to go get because they lose to Jacksonville? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That's a lot of. It's a grass is greener, man. It's a lottery pick. I don't. I'd rather just see them win games while I'm alive. Thank you. You know what I mean?
It is
Like
a shitty
go
draft.
win. Yeah. What
Yeah, it's a
quarterback
bad
are they
draft.
going to
It's a
get?
bad
Who you
draft,
taking for?
I agree
and
with
neither
Mark.
one
See,
of the
see, Mark. My thing was this: due to everything, is also based on the winning teams they win or whatever, the winning record. If we had lost out the rest of these games, we would have moved up the ladder to be no less than I want to say 2 or 3. But
Well, the
we
Raiders and
fucked up.
Giants
So
have two.
what's the point now?
Man, who cares? I mean, I'm sorry. The one spot. I mean, first of all, we don't even know who the
No,
GM
it's
is as
not
an
one spot now.
evaluator. Okay, how many? Who? Look,
They
man, I
moved
don't care.
down one
We're
spot.
9 now.
No, I think it's eight. Or
Who moved?
well, we
No,
moved
no,
it ain't
no.
it's nine now.
I think it's 9. I believe. I think I heard last night that it's 9. So
You
I
can't
mean,
win. All
listen.
right,
We
June.
say that.
Here's my problem with this, June.
Mark, say it
No,
out.
it's eighth,
All
Mark,
right,
June.
real
It's
quick.
eighth.
go ahead.
Okay, 8, 9. Say it out. We say that now, right? But I remember last year, well, before this season started in the draft, when everyone was like, "Damn, we could have had, we could have had Rome, or I mean, and we end up taking on who? Which is hindsight, fantastic, no question. Who is what is it going to be this next year in the draft? That we be like, wow, we could have had him. but we won this meaningless fucking game against Jacksonville.
You know what?
You
It's
know,
not
it
meaningless.
always
Let
happens.
me do this then, June, because you're the same guy. All right, the same guy who's saying, "Oh well, the Jets just keep losing, losing, losing," and so this premier talent, they're acting up at the antics on the field and on the sideline. They're going to want off the team because of the culture of losing because they stink, and then they go ahead and win a game. What if they win out? What if they start actually playing? I'm not saying they're going to do this, but what if they start playing inspired football and
I was hoping that you,
June,
I
they're
was hoping that you
averaging
didn't say that. Go ahead.
June, they're averaging 26 and a half points a game on offense. It's the defense that stinks because they ejected Saul out of the building. What if they start figuring a couple things out and win a couple games and now Garrett's happy and Sauce is happy and all these guys are happy? Who cares about the picks,
How
man? It's
many
a
points?
lottery. I don't even know who the guy
Wait, how many
is.
points did we just score? How many points did we just score?
32.
32.
Okay, and who do we score this 32
And they
against?
scored they scored 20. Okay. Oh, we're doing it like that. Okay, so 32 against Jacksonville.
Yeah, against fucking
Hold on.
Jacksonville.
Let me give you the
Can we
four
please
games,
stop
June.
this nonsense?
Let me give you the four games. So 32 against Jacksonville, 26 against Miami, 21 against Seattle, and 27 against the Colts, who by the way just put up if Richardson hadn't done what he did. I mean that they're not a terrible team, the Colts. The offense is
Okay.
fixed.
Now, can I say this real quick? We've had a Colts fan come to this space and tell us how bad their fucking defense was in the beginning of the season. So
June, your Wi-Fi is as bad as June.
everybody knows
June,
my.
can you hear us? June, your
Yes, I got
Wi-Fi
you.
is bad. You hear us?
He's picking
Oh,
apart the four
I
teams.
got you.
Your Wi-Fi is bad like the Garrett Wilson trade talk.
It's
Hey,
You
nervous.
you you
Service is nervous,
you
June.
you you are sitting in and bringing me in and out. That's what you're doing. You're trying to make it seem like my Wi-Fi is bad. That's all.
Can I get in here for a sec?
Yes, you
yep.
can.
Marcus saying, "What's up, June? If the Jets,
What's
God
going
forbid,
on, Heck?
I'm all good, buddy. How was your weekend? Good. My
Uh,
thing is,
pass.
okay, if the Jets go on and win the last two games, meaningless games, and then they go and Garrett is catching the ball, he's having a great year, and now we Jetson Rogers. In comes a new quarterback, another shit season. That he is gonna have a shit fit. I can't see now that they finally got a little bit of rhythm. It was nice to see the ball thrown deep. I think you got to run it back. I may be out of
Oh
my
my
mind.
fucking! Oh no, Heck! Please stop.
That's what I've been
Please,
saying.
please, Heck. Yeah, come on, man. Yo, you wait. So we get a win against fucking Jacksonville, and now people want to run this. You see,
No, I just see
yo, you
Rodgers
know what?
running.
This is
He can
crazy.
run. He can
This
still
is crazy.
throw. And all the
My
money that's
God,
involved. All the
yo,
money that's involved, the cap. The defense is so
yo,
bad. We need to pour a lot of assets into that defense.
wait,
I know. Thank
Heck,
God they
yo,
fired Robert Sala when they did, because who knows
hey,
what a
Heck,
genius move that was.
I'm standing here right now in the mirror with a piece of glass about to cut my fucking wrist because you just sat here and said, run this bullshit back. Oh my God.
It is so complex. What's the right thing to do? You know, you can switch every day in opinion, but the offense looked. It was nice to see the offense score some points.
Heck, it
It
was against
was.
fucking
The,
Jacksonville.
the
Yeah, I
Gary,
know.
problem, no, but we're acting like it was just this game, and I gave you a four-game sample size. We got to
yeah, June.
include
Hey,
what's relevant here. Go ahead.
The four games you chose was all fucking bottom feeders. Rusty, please help
So
me. Please, Rusty, I'm about
Seattle
to
was a
jump out the
bad.
fucking window.
Seattle's bad. Seattle's in. Weren't they in first place?
Isn't
Seattle
Miami
is
fighting
Tied
for
for
a
decent.
playoff
first.
spot?
But what if
What
you
you talking
add
about?
a hold on, Drew? But you're also not. We got to add a good head coach to this team. With good coaches, you saw what happened at the end of the game. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. This team on the coaching staff, they really don't.
You know,
These
the only
players.
reason that Aaron Rodgers threw those passes was because his good buddy wanted to get to 100 touchdowns. He wouldn't have taken that risk under any other circumstances.
That I agree with, Rusty.
Totally agree
I
with her.
think, yeah, when Adams didn't get that touchdown, they should have ran the
Yeah, Braylon
ball.
Allen was right
I
there at the goal line.
Rusty, that is an excellent point. That was for stats.
And that's
Wait,
what
it's
he
another stat
does. And
padding?
right now,
Oh,
he's only
Oh,
Mark, they
looking
Mark.
definitely
to
did.
Oh, go
pad
ahead. Let
stats.
Rusty finish, and then I'll
That's
go
what he
with Mark.
does.
Go
That's what
ahead,
he
Rusty.
does.
That's what he's doing right now is he's trying to pad stacks. He's going to do that probably for the rest of the year. He doesn't care whether he wins. He cares about his stats because he wasn't getting 300-yard games. And now all of a sudden, oh, well, now that I'm playing crap and it doesn't matter whether we win or not, and there's no pressure, I'm going to get what I want. And I'm going to give my buddy what he wants. That's what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm seeing. And bringing him back next year is going to be a catastrophe. I'm sorry.
We're going to lose
Bringing him
Garrett.
back,
Absolutely.
it makes no sense whatsoever.
It's going to
You've
cost us
None.
you've
Garrett
seen him
Wilson.
play one game where he won a game against the worst defense in the league.
But we've
And
lost games.
now you're saying, "Oh, we should bring him back. We've got to bring him back." No,
He's put us in position to win a few games, and our
but he
defense
didn't
blew
win.
it.
It's the
No, the
same as having
defense.
Mike
He
White.
can't
We
play.
didn't
He
win.
doesn't play every position. You have a
Wait,
defense.
it wasn't the goal this year? Because I used to say it all the time, and then Rusty, stay up here because I want to start arguing with Mark and some other people. Mark, uh, the goal was we said it. I said it last year. We could score 20 points a game with the Jets defense the way they were. We should be able to win a lot more games than lose. That was the goal, and the defense failed. The Jets have been scoring over 20 points, and we still can't win. I thought they were going to lose yesterday.
I think Quinnen
Scoring
And
Williams
over
is
20
having a
points
worse
against who
season
though?
yeah,
than
It's
Rodgers.
against Mac
scoring
Jones.
scoring 20 points against who though?
Yeah, they blew
Against
it,
who?
oh,
June.
here we
They
go.
they got the lead, and then they blew it again. And then they raced right down the field. So, Jones, jump in. Are you Mr. Tank or Mr. What are you, Mr. Jones?
Uh, I'm Mr. Star players just accumulate their stats. I was kind of upset when I was seeing the Jaguars blatantly that game. People need to be investigated because the play they called that cover two when Devontae Adams ran down the middle of the field. I'm like, these dudes gave up when he was 20 yards from the end zone. Devontae Adams is not fast. Then the play where he just runs free, Rogers throws it across his body. I'm like, bro, are they even gonna try? I'm like, unfortunately, I wanted some of that to go to Garrett Wilson. Like he deserved about 75 of those yards, man. In reality, but uh, I got some questions for June, but I'm gonna let y'all finish. I just got questions for June.
Yeah, we'll start that up after
Yeah.
everybody gets
Hey,
their
hey, hey, yo,
crap out.
look, look, this is starting to be a segment, Jones versus Jones, every morning. Let's go. All right, I wait.
Wait, F and Jim, you're up. I know, Jim, are you upset they won?
Rapid fire with June.
Yes, I am upset. I am upset that they won.
Wow,
Thank
you
you,
are, Jim?
thank
I'm
you,
shocked.
Yeah, because
thank
it's
you.
meaningless. But I need
Jim,
It's
Jim,
June.
Jim,
I
meaningless,
need
man.
June
Jim,
of a different
Jim,
tune.
Jim,
Run it back.
Jim, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Close your mouth, ears, some people who are saying, Jim, tell me fucking why. Please fucking tell me why.
Why I'm fucking aggravated that they won yesterday?
Yeah.
Because it's fucking meaningless. They were 3-10. Why?
Thank
Why
you.
fucking win now? But June of a different tune. Let's fucking hear it. Run it back.
Come on,
No,
man.
listen. No. Listen. There's no reason for them to fucking win. It just. I mean, when you're three and
Thank you,
ten, there's no
thank you.
reason for it. Mark, Salah deserved to be fired. Please.
Oh,
You you you
Jim. All
you
right, go
you
ahead.
You're going for Salah like you did for Brock Bowers. Now stop it. Salah deserves to be fired. His staff is even worse than him, and this is the staff that he hired. Uh, watching the game yesterday, I love it that again we win the toss, fucking defer, right down the field, down 7-0.
Yep.
Like they just continually do the same fucking shit.
Shit.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when the Jets get a free shot at a quarterback, fucking Sherwood, I don't know what he was thinking. He fucking
Misses.
taps Mac Jones on the shoulder. I don't get it. The penalties
Wait,
are
Jim, you
Jim,
know
can
what
I
I don't
jump in
get?
real quick? Jim,
yeah, yeah.
go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say, you know what I don't get? I don't get. I don't get this fan base sometimes. Like this was and I'll tell you why. Because inside the room, folks are saying, "Oh, it's solid. Like it was just time. It was Salah's time to go. Oh, the firing of Salah was going to give a spark." I'm still waiting for the. Maybe we saw the spark against Jacksonville. Was this the spark game? I'm just asking for a friend. But here's the thing: the Jets
That
were
is so
fourth.
sarcastic. That
Well,
one. Come
because
on,
what are we doing, man? The Jets were
Mark. But
ranked fourth
Mark,
statistically in
that
defense
right,
before firing
Mark,
Salah, and now it's
Mark,
falling off a
you
Mark,
don't
cliff.
think he
Mark.
deserves to be
Mark,
fired though, Mark? Come on.
Mark, he deserved
Here
to
we
be
He
go.
fired,
deserves
All
it.
Mark.
right.
Listen,
Now the
now if you're
You know
timing was
what,
thinking
fucked up.
Ben? Some fans
the
But
deserve a
spark
he would
4 and
thing,
10 record. I'm
I'm not
watching this
going for the
trash.
spark thing. Like he deserved it. This staff,
Mark, what would their
No,
record have
no,
been
no.
with
I mean,
Salah, Mark?
this
Salah deserved to be
this
fired, but he
staff
didn't
is
deserve to be
awful.
fired 3 games in.
Yes, I
right,
agree with that.
Rusty,
He
I
right.
would
should
have
have been
given
fired
him
before the season started this year.
Rusty. I would have given one more week. That Monday night game for the Bills would have been my you win or you get fired. But Woody did it a week earlier, and
And they lost by 3 at home
I get it.
in a
Listen,
battle for first.
Solid is not a good coach. His staff is even worse. I mean, it shows up every
Yeah,
week.
I'm not
that's a
arguing
fact.
that
It,
point. I just
So
think
fourth overall
firing
defense
him
isn't
at the
good.
time they did was
no,
stupid.
was that defense good yesterday, Mark?
Oh my God, they're
That was against
terrible.
Mac fucking
What
Jones,
the
bro.
defense now?
They
No, they're
had one,
terrible
but
now.
yeah, but we've been seeing this for 6
Horrible against
weeks.
the Jaguars.
Wait, so you guys are
We've been
holding
seeing this
Salah
defense for
accountable
six
for the
weeks.
performance against Jacksonville? That's what we're doing.
No, I'm holding his staff
That's his
accountable.
staff.
His
Now,
staff is awful, Mark.
Reddick, Quinnen Williams, that's who I'm holding. Who's Quinnen Williams?
They still don't tackle. They
By
still
the
three
yeah.
penalties on the first drive. It's just the
By the
same
way, Jim,
shit.
can I make a point real quick?
No.
I thought that Reddick. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
I thought that Reddick, even though it doesn't matter, that was a ridiculous personal foul call. I'm sorry. They both were grabbing each
No,
other.
I
He
get it.
pushed.
I get it.
Okay, that was ridiculous,
I
man.
get it. But it's just listen. If it wasn't that, it would have been fucking somebody else. They're just undisciplined. Again, Sherwood had a clean shot at Jones. He hits him with a shoulder. Like not. I mean, hit the. Can we tackle the? We get a free shot at a quarterback. We don't take it. DJ Reed last year against Mahomes, he runs by him. This guy gives him a shoulder shrug. Like, I mean, what are we? Mac Jones shouldn't be celebrating anything, and he's running around like he's
Yo,
fucking good
Mac
yesterday.
Jones.
All right, I have a
He's running
Mac
around
question.
like he's fucking good
Jones.
yesterday, like he's a good player.
The,
I have a
Shit.
question.
Mac
Can I
Hey
ask this
Jones.
guys,
question
just
of
so
the
you
room?
know, here comes
Okay,
Lee Sean to say that Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL.
that's fine.
Oh, here come the bullshit Superman shit. Go ahead and
Uh,
say your shit, man.
Hey, yo,
Let's continue.
all I did was take a mic.
Nah, man. Yeah, I heard that fucking bullshit. Come
Oh
on, man.
man, what's up, fellas? Damn, y'all get back to y'all space.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
how
sit
you
here for.
doing?
How am I? I'm
What's up?
fantastic, man.
I
I'm
knew he
good.
You
was
know
going to
what?
say
That
fantastic.
was rhetorical, bro. I really didn't want you to answer that shit. Anyway, continue, team. The rest of
I have a
everybody.
question.
Bullshit.
When does the
God
statute of
damn.
Let
limitations run
Jones come
out
back in, and then
on?
Bobby, and then Jarek.
All
And then
right,
let's just get the conversation, please.
can you hear me,
What?
Pete? Pete can't hear me now.
When does what?
Yeah, Mark.
What do you say?
I'm asking, when does the statute of limitations run out on
Is
blaming
Mark
Robert
talking?
Sala for the Jets defense? I just want to know. I'm asking when.
Until this season is over with.
Okay, end of the season, and then I don't have to hear it
Yeah,
anymore. Okay, all right, got it.
yeah, right. Absolutely. Because right now, everything about that defense reminds you of
This is his
Salah.
staff.
Salah
Hey,
guys.
Mark, the Bowers runs simultaneous with with Salah. We won't talk about it no
Yeah,
more.
come on. Solomon Thomas, fucking Kinlaw, the
Oh my
stat,
God.
like this all is him. It's all him. All his decisions.
Who was that other
You know
guy that
what,
Did
was the
you
number
did you
June?
one
see the
pick?
did you see the Michael Clemens stat
McKinley?
yesterday?
Clements is
You didn't
trash.
see it? Oh, he
He's
put on
been
his uniform
trash.
yesterday. That was the stat. He put on one uniform.
Another game played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not even. He didn't play.
yo,
He put on the uniform, I guess.
yo, he said he's put on his uniform stat.
That that
That's
that's
funny.
it. That's it.
Did
But
Taylor the third play yesterday? The
Clemens
defensive
has been a
tackle,
You
the
problem
said
since
who?
rookie?
preseason.
What happened to it
D-
in memory of Taylor from Miami?
Oh, Leonard Taylor.
Yeah, what
Yeah. What's
did
happened
did,
to
Oh,
him?
they're all
did
still
he?
out there. I mean, they're not applying any kind of pressure. They're not really doing much up front.
I got Solomon Thomas fucking celebrating like he fucking did something with
Yeah.
a sack. I
He
can't.
sucked.
Solomon
I
fucking
can't. It's
Thomas,
just it's
bro.
ridiculous.
Solomon fucking
It's
Thomas.
it's fucking crazy. Unbelievable.
And,
J-
and against the
Who was the guy
Jaguars,
Junes.
from Atlanta that was a DN that was supposed to resurrect his career? What the hell happened to him?
Tad
There you
McKinley. I
go.
don't know what happened to him.
They cut
I
him
don't
the
know
other
what
day.
happened to
They
him.
released him.
Oh God, he sucked.
Hey,
June, can I
Hey
ask
June,
a
what about
June
your
question?
main man, Hassan Reddick? What's
June.
happening with
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
dude?
Sauce's value just went up. He has a
We
pick
got a
now.
we
Yeah,
got
Yo,
a
man.
panda.
A worthless in
Yeah.
yo,
He's
it's
untradeable
nine
June,
now.
ten.
can I
So
ask a
J-
question?
Let's go.
it's nine. Hey, Buckeyes, 9-10. So it's time for the versus June segment.
I
Let's
just no,
go.
this is a
June,
quick
what do you get for
question.
Sauce now? Because he has a pick. What do you get now? It's got to go up.
Give me
That's like another three,
a
right?
first, a third, and two cheerleaders, and you can have them.
A
Quick
third and
question,
what?
June.
A first, a third, and two cheerleaders. Give them to me.
All right, if there's a team out there that's not the Jets looking for a GM, can I be June's agent
Buck,
and sell June to you guys? Because
Buckeye
I don't
got
want him making personnel decisions for the Jets, please.
Buckeye
And
got
Garrett Wilson
Buckeye.
scored a touchdown in the same game. I mean, listen, the value is at its highest. Just trade everybody now,
Yo,
June.
for real,
Sell
Okay,
it.
here's my quick
for real.
question. Am I delusional or has Alabama Jarek been in listener and then his left tackle Leashon comes up and then he goes right into a speaker role? Jarek needed the Leashon
Listen,
blocking. This is what's
Buckeye,
happening right now?
Buckeye. This is all the play that they run. It's a play. Lee Sean
Well,
comes
I do
in,
think Leashon
and,
is about to take.
then
I think this is about to
and then
be.
Justin and
Yeah, I
Jared
think it's about to be
they come to the
Leashon
blind
versus
side.
Mark Torres 1v1. I think that's what's about to happen.
In this play, who's the OC? I'm
I,
curious.
I think the 1v1 with Leashon and Mark Torres is about
Ju-
overdue, so I'll let this happen now.
June, before
It's Justin.
before Leash before
Yo, hey Buckeye,
Wait, give me a chance to get some
it's called the
breakfast.
buff. It's called the Buffalo Reverse. This is what they run on us every fucking Monday morning, Celebration Monday.
hey
They run the
before
Buffalo Reverse.
I
before
got a
before
question.
Lee before Leashon come up here and go hard, June,
Pause.
Stiggers.
Man.
What is how did you feel Stiggers played yesterday?
I mean, this is just like his first real action,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, you supposed to have been like trying to like get him some experience, get him some time.
Yeah.
This season was wasted. So
And now
why are you waiting on that
that
to do it?
that is a point where I agree with you on, and that's where I say coaching. Because first off, why did they have him on the best receiver all game? That that's just dumb. That's just dumb. That's just dumb from the coaching staff. How about your guy, Reddit?
Well, I mean, he's gone. You already know that.
Okay.
He came halfway through the season, and the owner had to come in there just to make it happen. This is just one shit organization,
This is
Yeah.
bro.
a
Period. There's
tale.
no other way to
It's a
explain it,
tale of
bro.
two Junes. Because I remember June saying, "Oh, they have to get
I
Reddick
was
in the
hyped.
building, sign a
Yeah,
multi-year,
but
long-term deal," and then it's like he's gone.
in the beginning of the
Which
season,
June is it?
you get him in there. Yo, you had to get him in the beginning. You can't expect that shit in the end.
Reddick,
This
Red,
man over in Japan doing
yep,
A
everything. Like,
tale of two
get him in
Junes. That's the next 30 for 30 right there, bro.
yep.
there.
Reddick wanted the extension, and they couldn't get it done. The owner didn't want to. He
Right.
didn't want to extend him, which is dumb because it's like how do you trade for him and then not
And
extend
then
him?
you don't want to extend him. Right.
Doesn't make any
It's
sense.
just it's shit after shit after shit after shit.
Hey, my boy got a pick though.
Oh my God. Are you
Hey,
fucking kidding me?
Good, good. Now trade him. We got
Mac and cheese might as well walk down the field and put it in his hand. This is
They
crazy.
they called that boy Mulan Reddick in the streets of New York. He don't want to stay there.
right.
You know,
Man's walk.
and I
Man's
don't
walking
blame him.
around Japan in a fake kimono and
Hey,
shoes.
I don't think Rogers should come back, but Mark may be
No,
onto something. I don't know if he directly said it, but they're gonna play good enough to where they may be back next year. I don't,
I will
no
not
no
root for
I
this fucking
no
team if they bring
I
this shit back.
I,
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
gonna do this,
You
I
gonna
bro.
wouldn't
root for
either.
the Bills, Joe?
No, I will not. I will never do that.
We never allow it. We wouldn't allow it.
Ju-
So
You'll sit
you
up
ain't got to
here.
yeah,
worry about that.
June will root for the
Petey.
Falcons.
Hey,
I'm
Petey. Nice,
back.
No,
Mac Hollins space, Petey. Nice bed
Oh,
space.
oh, please, man.
This is the Mac
What's
Hollins space.
what
This is
what
Buckeye.
what
Petey,
is?
can I ask my question?
Sure,
see,
Thank you.
go ahead.
Now, what's up, fellas? I hope y'all have a great Monday, great week. It's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and your families, guys.
Thank you, bro.
Now, my question is to I. It's actually I want Buckeye, Petey, Mark, and June to answer this question, please and thanks. I'm sure all of you guys watched the game yesterday between the Bills and the Lions.
I didn't watch that bullshit.
Yeah, you did. Everybody watched it. Can you guys please describe to me how you felt watching Josh Allen yesterday? I'm gonna start with Buckeye, then Petey, then Mark, then June. Describe how you
Damn,
felt
bro, you don't let
watching
the
Josh
Th-
host
Allen
go
yesterday.
first. That's wild.
Thank
I'm
you for
kidding.
saving me for last.
He is terrific. He's going to win the MVP. And thank God, I think Coach McDermott is going to botch it defensively in the playoffs, that I do not have to watch him hoist a Lombardi, because he is certainly ready to win one.
Thank you. Go ahead, Petey.
I said it in the off season. Josh Allen is great. I picked them to win the division. Next, who's next?
Mark,
It's
So you, Mark.
me. I was watching the Bills play playoff football in the regular season. Like it looked like like they're playing playoff football. Now, can they play playoff football in the playoffs? This is the part we need to see. So that's what I thought watching the game.
Fair enough. It's all you, June.
you know I watched Good Times. Did you know James died he was doing a
Wow.
construction job,
Yo,
and
that is hilarious,
that shit
bro.
You're
was
watching
crazy, yo.
Jefferson's
I couldn't
reruns?
believe.
Come
No,
on,
no, no, not
June.
the Jeffersons.
Damn,
I was watching Good Times. It was Good Times, bro. Yeah, and she's yo.
damn,
Did you know that?
damn, damn.
Damn, damn, damn.
So you thought the Bills were dynamite? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. I didn't watch that bullshit.
Allen is pretty much
Ladies
unstoppable
and
right now.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna win us the Super Bowl this year. I'm sorry. He's going to.
But
He's locked the fuck in. He's the best player in football. He's the best
Oh my
player.
god.
yes, I
I don't
agree. I
want to
agree
hear
with that.
about
I agree with that.
my God,
This
he's
this
in the
year, though.
zone,
This year.
bro. Yes, this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
This year is most important to me right
Yes.
now. That's all I
Yeah,
care
you
about
got
is
to
this
we
year.
we Sean,
Leyshawn,
this is not a
Leyshawn,
diss. You got to
you
win this
you
year. Go ahead,
you
Jim.
know what the Bills' kryptonite is, and it starts with the P word. So
Playoffs.
The Bills
He's
are going
actually
to go to
terrific in the
Kansas
playoffs.
City.
He's terrific in the
He
playoffs.
is. I don't know if people really. He has
Yeah,
historic playoff
Josh
numbers. But
Allen is
anyway,
amazing in
the
playoffs.
Buffalo Bills are on a collision course with the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, and we are going to go in there and kick their ass. Like we're not going to only win; we're going to beat the shit out of the
oh boy,
Kansas City
they're
Chiefs
feeling
in
it.
the AFC Championship.
They
Clip
are
it.
I
feeling
told
it.
You
you.
heard it first. I've been saying it all year. We're on a collision course. We are better than Kansas City. Period.
That
We're gonna
that
beat them in the
that
AFC
that second
Championship
season
game.
is your
We're going to
kryptonite.
the
You
Super
know it.
Bowl.
I
I
think
All
the
right.
think
bigger threat is the Ravens.
I
That
think
would give the
Yes.
Bills a tough
Yes.
game.
I think
But
the
Josh
Bills.
Allen he's unstoppable. I got to give it to the Bills.
I think the Bills and the Ravens better than the Chiefs. I want to see the Bills and the
Yeah.
Ravens in the
Facts.
AFC Championship. To be honest with you, and unfortunately, I'm happy as long as Patrick Mahomes.
It's going to be hard for that to happen because it's shaping up for the Bills to be the 2 seed and Kansas City to be the 1 seed. So,
Leishon,
like,
legit question.
go ahead.
It doesn't make you nervous that this guy has to be Superman every week?
No, I don't. I
Mm.
don't think. I don't think it's every week he doesn't have to be Superman against the
I
Patriots
don't
week
think he
one.
was
The
Superman this week
Lions
or
I mean,
last
he.
week.
Lions can score.
He
The
I think
Lions
he
can score,
distributed the
man.
ball well, and the rest of the team did work. I don't think he was Superman
The,
this week or last week. He was
What
just
I
playing
what
you
good
have
what
to
football.
be
what
worried about your defense going in the playoffs, though. You have to
the
be.
Lions can
Leishon,
score.
what playoff defense worries you the most? If I mean you have to pick one.
Chiefs.
Well, with
I
the
mean,
Chiefs this year, you've got to remember that it looks like Mahomes got
Is Lee
a
Sean
high,
talking?
No.
high
No.
no.
No,
Everyone else is
Rusty.
answering for me, so
Yeah,
I give you
I
enough
think the
time.
grass
So
changed.
I'm
Leishon,
waiting
what do you
I don't. I
think?
patiently
don't.
for
I
us to
don't.
circle back
I
to
don't
Jet
mind
content.
does
muting up and
anybody hear
letting
me?
people talk. Yeah,
I
we
hear
hear
you,
you,
Oh,
Rusty.
Rusty. Go ahead.
I just want to say that the Bills are in a really good position because
I'm gonna drop down too.
the Chiefs got a quarterback now who has a high ankle sprain, and
Yeah, but Leishon, what defense scares you the most?
Question, brother.
N- Nobody, I guess.
I've seen Mahomes win with a high ankle. Like is it sustainable? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like for them. But yeah, look, man, it's going to be fun to watch this AFC and the AFC side of the playoffs. It's going to be a repeat. Like I want to see if the AFC side of the playoffs is going to be wild, and then I think an AFC team wins it all this year. If the NFC wins it, I'd
I
be
don't know.
in shock.
I don't know. The Eagles are pretty tough.
Bro, I just want to say, because people are saying Allen needs to be Superman, and I just want to talk more about the Bills so Joan gets upset. Um,
All right, someone pull his mic, please. No, go ahead.
so so listen, Allen is distributing the ball better. I don't think he was Superman this game or last week's game. Like this past game, we had a running back go for 100 yards on the ground and a running back catch 100 yards receiving. Like, name the last time you seen that happen in the Bills' offense. So listen, Allen hasn't put on the cape completely yet. Yes, he's had some scrambles. But we haven't seen him have to, like, okay, I got to put the team on my back. Maybe the one play against the Chiefs, when we beat them. But other than that, all season he's just been playing within the offense, and that's the beautiful thing. So is it sustainable? I believe it is. And when he has to actually put on the cape and make a big play, I think he's gonna do so in a great manner. And then I want to contact June. You know,
Oh,
invite June out for some wings or something. We're gonna talk about it.
yo,
You
Yeah, you
know,
can grill him on his GM decisions while he's watching the
yo,
Bills, and just do that
yo,
too while you're at it.
this, this, this is bad. I gotta deal with this shit in the
Yo,
Monday
yo,
fucking
this
morning,
is
man.
Hey, yeah. Even though Just
turn.
what's
Justin
up,
may be
Joe?
grim on that, man.
It's my turn.
I'm June. I'm with you, man. We gotta tear it
Yeah,
down.
I have a
Joe.
Tear
question
this
for
shit
Joe,
down.
by the way. Joe,
Wait, Joe's up here.
Good
Joe,
morning.
good
Good
I don't know
morning.
if
morning.
he can't
How
hear
are
me.
Good
you?
morning. Good morning. Pete, Mark,
Good
June. What's
morning,
going on?
everybody.
You know what I was doing yesterday,
Yo,
man? When that Lions and Bills game was going on, I was busy watching the highlights of that Hawks versus Knicks when Trey Young just rolled the dice this for you. Fuck you, June.
You
yo,
motherfucker,
yo,
bro.
yo, yo. Did
Yo,
you
Fuck you,
see what I'm
June.
did you
saying?
see him rolling
See what I'm
dice
saying?
too?
Today is a bad, bad
Yeah,
day.
now we got to deal with Joe Wilfork.
I got a quick question for Mark.
Joe.
Mark.
Wait, Mark's not
Oh,
here. He's coming back
okay.
up.
But yeah, what's your question, Petey?
Go ahead, he's back.
Mark, I got a question. Back to Salah real quick. Like I was watching the Eagles game and Jalen Carter, that knucklehead, is getting screamed at by the coach with the cameras on him. I never saw Salah ever do that to any of the Jet players.
No, because you know what he does.
He held nobody accountable.
You know what
I'll say this, and
you
I
know
get the point, but don't use Sirianni as a staple of
Oh
a
no,
guy
I
that
know
you want to do.
Sirianni's a
Yeah,
nut job. Yeah, I know that.
yeah.
You're right, 100% right on that. But
There's definitely shit wrong in Philly with them. There's
Yeah,
no
there's a lot of
doubt.
shit wrong with
that
him.
was crazy. But I would like to see a head coach like a Flores,
Oh yeah.
somebody. It doesn't have to be Flores. Somebody that is going to get in this lazy Jet defense and tell them you got to tackle and you got to play tough football because they gave that up.
You know what? You know what Robert Salah done, man. He wraps them up and he cuddles them. He whispers
Yes.
slowlies in their ear and say, guys.
Do we have to talk about Robert Sala? He's not
Yeah,
here
he's no
anymore.
longer. But
God
I
damn.
mean,
You know what? All right, Pete. You know what I got, and I have something for Joe. He does all that stuff. Listen, there's different coaching philosophies, and his got the Jets ranked statistically fourth in the league. That is an uncontested fact. We're saying, oh, other things. Oh, he never held people accountable. Whatever. Fourth. Argue with the numbers. For
Argue with the
Joe, I have a
record.
question for
But
you,
Mark,
Joe.
look at the
Oh,
record of the
yeah,
team.
they lost to Denver 10-9.
No, I'm talking about last year, this year, since Salah was the head
Oh.
coach. What is the overall record of the Jets?
Listen, we can
It's
do that for
terrible. He was
him.
terrible.
We can.
Let's go with some of his quotes. I'm keeping receipts.
Should I go through the
We're
record and
almost
Please
find out
there.
don't.
what the
We,
Jet?
we're
Please
al-
don't.
Hold
we're
on, hold
almost
on.
there. We're
what are
almost
we?
Should
there.
I
You
What
go
are we?
almost
What are
there.
we
through?
doing? Like
Mark,
we
what
We're
are you
I'm
doing?
doing
five,
this.
and he was
Should I go through the
Mark,
record?
that's it. Wait, go ahead, Mark.
Let me
Mark,
just complete
wait,
my
wait. Let
point.
me ask you something.
All right, God.
Okay, go ahead. Well, because no offense, Mark, like you're leaving me hang to dry here to defend
No, you
Salah.
don't have to defend
What
them. I'm
what
saying this,
what?
Pete.
Okay, so what would the Jets' record
B,
be with
if the
Salah?
Jets
You
were
think they would be
no,
in the?
listen to what I'm saying. What would the Jets record be if they were averaging 26 and a half fucking points a game with Saul as the head
Yes,
coach?
I don't know, Mark. Not with this defense. They couldn't
Maybe
stop. They weren't winning with
7 and
them. I
10
know they were
again.
2-3.
2-3 heading to Minnesota with an offense that was
No,
underperforming. The
no,
problem was
no. They were.
Hackett. That's my point.
Well, they
Yeah,
should
but
have.
but Salah
No,
wasn't
they
scoring
Mark.
points the
They
entire time he had the
they
job.
You guys are acting like this fucking
they
guy's
should
putting
have.
on a jersey and he's running the football and throwing passes. He's a coach and a defensive one at that. The problem was Hackett. I don't understand how I'm still having to
But
talk
Mark, you
about it
put
like
no
this. It's
ownership on Salah.
crazy.
You think if he
Oh,
had Andy Reid as his OC, that Salah was a terrific head coach.
I think that if, and I can't shake this
I
feeling, I think that if Todd
can't
Downing was the
believe that,
play
Mark.
caller from week one through the season, the playoff drought would have ended this year.
Salah's best moment
I
when
don't
he
know
did the
about that,
Sopranos
Yeah, at
video.
one point
That
they
was his best
lost like
moment.
3 games by like a total of 10 points.
Mark. The biggest problem is the owner.
I
Okay,
agree with that.
that's what rests. Not firing Salah because he shouldn't have fired him in season. He should have fired him at the end of
Yes.
the season, and maybe we would have
Well,
been
Wait a
different,
minute,
Mark.
Mark.
Uh,
And I
Hold
get
on,
it.
Mark, because I think
Mark, go ahead.
now you're bringing up the point differential of his losses. Ulbricht's terrible. I have a feeling the point differential on Ulbrich, 7 losses, is not terrible. I know he got blown out by Arizona. I know San Francisco was all solids. That was just a fucking abysmal showing. But no, we've lost plenty of close games. It doesn't negate the fact that Saleh and Ulbrich were like putrid plus horrendous as head
facts.
coaches. Like horrendous. They're just
okay,
not
I'm
head
looking at the
coaches, man.
first. So I'm looking at the first. Let's see, 4 games of the season, and I'll take the San Fran game. I mean, that was a messy. That was a terrible game. They gave up 17 to Tennessee, 3 to New England, and 10 to Denver, and then
And
23 to
And they
Minnesota.
lost,
they
and they lost
lost.
to Denver. By the
Yeah,
way,
10-9, 10-9.
hold on, Mister Sandy.
Should have lost to
Uh,
Tennessee.
well, see, this is what.
Now,
All right,
Mark,
you guys
give
need
me
to
the
pull up
other
the
side of
numbers and
that.
No,
argue
they
Give me
with
the
them
other
shouldn't
and
have.
not
side of
with
that
me
No, they
ledger. How
shouldn't
many
because
have.
it's
did they
crazy.
score in those games?
Okay. Let's see. Against Tennessee,
24 against Tennessee, 24 against New England.
yep,
Uh,
9 against Denver,
how many? 17 against
Minnesota.
And what
Minnesota,
we do
Yep,
correct?
against
and
the
20 against
And
Niners?
the
then
Bills.
twenty against the
What about the
Bills.
Niners?
But Mark, you're
And Ulbrich was out.
all right.
Salah was out at that point, right?
No, the
Altogether.
Niners game 1. What did we score on that game?
No, it's terrible.
20.
That was a terrible game.
We got blown
Yeah,
out.
it was week 1 of.
They got blown out against Pittsburgh, which Ulbrich was in.
No, he doesn't own that, Pete.
They get
Mark,
Remember, it's not,
Mark,
we
here's
got.
the thing on
We're
him,
hitting it on
and I
Salah.
think
Don't
we
forget.
just Mark. Here's the thing on him.
no,
If we
Mark. That's
listen to
on Ulbrich.
Salah, who confided in Joe Beningo, that was wonderful. That no one wins with a backup quarterback. He got his quarterback. He got a starting quarterback, and he kept losing. He stayed losing. Like at what point, what was going to be now it was the OC. If we switch the OC, like which point was the accountability smack dab on that guy's head?
All right, for folks that aren't still trying to convince themselves that the firing of Saleh was the right move when they did it, for anyone in the room that doesn't think that way, here's my question: what would the Jet record be if Todd Downing was the OC at the start of the year?
I think we'd have at least 2 or 3
I don't
more
know because
wins, Mark.
Zerline was still going to
Three?
miss.
Are you kidding me?
Zerline was still going to miss kicks.
2.
Zerline was
I
still going to
think we
miss
should have.
kicks, man. He
Yeah.
still was going to miss kicks. Tyron was still going to miss blocks. None of that was going to change with the OC, and like none of it.
I do think it would have happened, Mark, but I just think to go back all the way to solid, like you're defending a guy that's not even a good head coach. He's not.
Pete, I'm
He's a good
defending a
defensive
fourth
coach.
overall defense, and then add to that a team that's scoring 26
Yeah,
something
but
points
that
a
fourth
game.
overall
That's my
defense
point.
was a
But
mirage.
Mark, you're right. You're also all right. Let's get to the hands because there's too many. I don't want to have like hands,
You got
please.
you got
Who's
you got
next?
Sandy. Wait. First,
Joe
I
Jet.
seen Bobby hand
Well,
up a
Bobby
while ago.
spoke already. Bobby
All
spoke
right. Well, you
already.
got Joe
Let,
Jet
let,
and
let me.
Sandy.
He'll get. We'll get to Joe and then Bobby and then
Hey,
Sandy.
Joe.
But
Good morning, brother. What's going
God,
on, man?
Hey, good morning, Pete, June, Mark. I hope you guys are doing really well. June, I sent you a tweet
what's up,
last
Joe?
night. um,
I gotta check it out.
yeah, it's I know I kind of joined in late, but you know, you're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna want to run it back next year, right? After the performance yesterday. With to me, um. Adams' game yesterday in the second half, 9 catches for almost 200 yards, right? I really wish that would have been Garrett Wilson's game because that poor kid had 2 catches, 41 yards and a touchdown in the first 10 minutes in the first quarter and had 1 catch the rest of the way. That I keep saying it every week. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, he's not a top receiver. He's not." When you throw him the ball, he catches the ball and does things with it. That poor kid, man. I asked to be out of here and fucking this morning, right? This guy Rogers, right, wanted all his buddies here. He wanted to play backyard football with Adams, right? That's all that was in the second half yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They showed you a glimpse of what they were 10 years ago together. It's not going to be every week, man. And although, listen, everybody wants to win, right? I get it. Listen, winning is great. Winning's great when you're 10-3, not when you're 3-10, right?
Thank
So,
you.
you know, and I know Mark, to your point, right, about, if things would be different if Salah were here, instead of, what are we, 4-10, maybe we're 6-8. I don't know, 6-9. Maybe he makes a difference in 1 or 2 games. Um, but when you really look at this season as a whole, right? It's, I mean, the team should be like 10-3, man. Like 9-4, 9-5. It's so frustrating, But again, you know, we run this back next year. We're just delaying the inevitable.
Yep.
I don't want to do this again. I want to get a GM, a coach. I want to eat all the dead cap. I want to build the culture next year with the players that you bring in. And 26, you have all the cap room, and I want to see consistent winning each season. I don't want to keep going through this. I don't know why anybody else would,
Me
but
either.
that's all I got to say, boys. Of course, thank you for letting me talk, and hope you guys, yeah.
Joe, let me just comment on that though. But who's to say we're going to get the right guy anyway? We got to go on blind faith again for the 19th time in our, 40 something
We gonna have
years
to
on
go
earth.
on,
Give me a
but
break.
P, we gotta go on blind faith anyway. You gotta hire a coach.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that. Like, Joe, you didn't think the glimpse yesterday,
Oh
and
my
this is what
God,
the
not the
envision was of
glimpse.
getting
A
these
glimpse
guys.
against the fucking Jack. What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm just making a
Let me
point,
break it
Gene.
down.
I'm not saying like I'm happy about
Petey,
all
he's
that.
42 years old with injury issues.
Let me
Like,
break it down for you.
we've seen it again, man.
Who's
Yesterday,
42? Who's
yesterday,
42 with
42?
injury issues.
He's
Go ahead,
He's
Joe.
gonna
41.
yesterday,
he was gonna be
yesterday
40
was like guys, yesterday was like going out alone with your crush, right? And she holds your hand, right? And you're getting a glimpse of what you think maybe you're possibly gonna get, and then she friend zones you. That's exactly what yesterday was. That's it. That's all it
Right.
was.
She does it to boost her own damn ego, man, and she wants to make sure that she's fine.
Hey, Jerry,
Wait, so hold on
she
a
showed you
second.
a
So the
nipple and you
20
got excited.
Whoa,
Stop.
whoa, whoa,
Exactly.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let me clean that up. So the 2024 the 2024 Jets friend zone, not end zone. Is that
Correct.
the
Yes.
slogan?
Friend, friend zone. This is hard, Mark. I can't believe you said run this shit back.
June, here's why. Because there's still folks thinking that the Jets shouldn't take a quarterback in the draft. And I don't understand. They have no answer past Rodgers. In my opinion, you take a quarterback every year until you.
Yeah,
How can we watch the upper echelon of teams and seeing the head coach and quarterback combo get shit done and not think that the Jets need to get should pass on getting a quarterback? Like you have a unique opportunity to get a young guy to sit under Rodgers and learn to be a pro and not have the pressure of performing in the first year. Like I don't understand. And we're like, oh no, take a defensive tackle. Like, or a corner? Like, are we kidding?
Why
exactly.
not?
I
Why
don't
not?
get
Why
it.
not? Well, if you're well, this is the problem with you guys winning is
Right.
you're not helping yourselves by
You're
needing
not helping.
quarterback.
Exactly.
You're
Exactly.
you're 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 in a position right now where well again it's not the worst thing in the world because again you can take Will Johnson and play him right next to Sauce and I'm telling you that that's an upgrade compared to DJ Reed. That's a long term upgrade compared to Reed. Or if you want to take a Mason Graham and play him right next to Quinnen so that Quinnen doesn't have to take the blunt of the double team, that's a plus. That's going to make Quinnen a lot better and that's going to make that D line better. But again, you guys winning yesterday. I mean, that's why I said you won, but you lost at the same time. You're not gonna be in the position to take the top quality
But
quarterback.
Jarek, you can't tell a professional
Well,
athlete
Petey, I know.
that's got
Uh,
that.
Yep,
Pete,
I
So
know.
Pete, Pete,
I'm sorry, I'm not
Pete,
going to argue with you
hey,
about
Pete,
that.
Pete, you know what? You don't tell them. You do not tell them to tank. What you do is you put the young boys in and let them play. That's what you do. That's how you tank.
That's what
That's
they should
fair,
be
June.
doing now anyway.
Thank you.
We
Thank you.
Yeah,
need to
Corley
know
should
what
be
we have,
playing.
and we're
Thank you.
never going to know that because they won't play
By the
rookies.
Thank
way,
you, Rusty. Absolutely.
yes, Rusty, I agree. By the way, Corley's off the hook on somebody. There was two guys yesterday that dropped balls. Pause before the end
Yep.
zone.
You got to play the young guys. You got nothing to play for.
So
Gotta
Play,
put.
play, play, play the young guys and see what they can offer. This is the perfect opportunity now to see what
Exactly.
you guys can offer for the
This is
future.
what we should be doing the rest of the year because these wins won't matter, but it will matter if we find out that maybe we've got a hidden gem in one of these guys, but we'll never know and they'll end up being cut because nobody knows what they can do.
Right. I agree. I agree. You guys are
Let's
playing for
see
the
let's see
drafts.
what this team
Yeah.
let's see what this team does, okay, defensively and offensively against a Ram team that has 11 days off now, is in first place, okay, and a Bill team that is steamrolling people on offense. Okay, let's see what happens the next 2 weeks, and then we'll talk before the end of the season and see if people still want to run it back.
Hey, Mark, what was your question? I'm about to drop down to listeners.
Oh wow. Well, sorry,
Yeah,
Pete.
please go. Please go,
My
Joe.
question for Joe is if Hackett hadn't been the play caller all of last year after
Uh-huh.
the Rodgers injury,
Right.
and Todd Downing had been the play caller from the jump
Mm-hmm.
at the start of last year, would Zach Wilson still be a Jet?
Will he still be a Jet?
oh, are we really doing this?
Nah, you know what, Mark?
No.
It pains me to say,
No, he
and it
wouldn't have
pains
been.
me to say this, dog. I don't think
You're asking the
I
wrong
don't
guy,
think so.
man.
You know
I think I'm asking exactly the right guy. Go ahead, Joe.
the fans wanted him out. You know the fans said it was him. You know,
Well, they wanted Saul out after. Look at how that decision turned out.
and hey,
That shit withered on the vine. It
but look,
curdled like milk. That decision.
this is a part of being a Jets fan. They wanted Sam Darnold out. You know, they want a lot of people out. Hey, it is what it is. You know, we're just gonna have to just sit here and just I, my
as I'm watching the season, I'm like, everything's pretty much I said was right, man. Which was he wasn't the problem. He wasn't the problem. Come on, man. He wasn't the issue. We had a coaching problem. That's what we had. We had an ownership problem. We had a lot more problems before it got to Zach Wilson. So, but what Woody Johnson, he listens to the fans, and what the fans want is what he does. That's what he
He's
does.
at the game, watching him in the box. He's basically refreshing his text messages, hoping for an overseas post, is what Woody Johnson is doing. That's how engaged and involved he is
Oh
with the football team.
gosh.
It's a joke.
He's,
He's
he's,
a
he's looking at
horrendous
what we're
owner. He
tweeting. Who are you
stinks.
kidding?
Mark, yes, you're right about that. But to defend Salah still, like, it's over, Mark.
I'm
Like, we
defending
had
the
to start
statistical
over anyway.
defense, Pete. That's my point.
Mark, do you think the defense would have been that much better with Salah with what we're showing out on the field right
Definitely.
now?
Definitely.
No
They're
way.
missing
Absolutely.
Mosley.
No
Uh,
way.
I think it would be a little bit better, Mark, but they've been dreadful. There's no way they are ranked fourth in the
Let
NFL.
me tell you what
I'm
I think it would
sorry,
have looked
Mark.
like. I'll tell you what I think it would have looked like. Because they were fourth in the
What?
NFL, is my point. Even with
Yeah.
the shitty performance against San Fran. I think they still would have been mistake. This still would have been a mistake-riddled football team. Like that has not changed. All right, that part is true. But
Okay.
think about the explosive plays they were giving up against Jacksonville and have been giving up week after week. That's one of the things that you don't typically see out of a solid defense. And I'm not saying he's the best
Mark.
DC in football, but again,
Okay.
like they would have been a better
Hold
team
on, Mark.
if he would have manned the.
Mark, they
Yeah, go
had.
ahead.
Go ahead. Mark, I'm sorry, but I'm riled up now. They had Quantez Stiggers on him,
Yeah, I
on
know.
Brian Thomas. Put salts on him.
Is it possible
Wait,
that
wait,
What are you
wait,
Ulbrich?
wait, wait,
doing?
wait, 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 wait.
And that's Salah's defense, Mark. Excuse me.
No, we can't
I'm
pin
not
this on.
yelling
You
at you,
can't
Mark.
pin this
Now,
Stiggers on the top guy on Salah.
now,
He's
I
gone.
got a quick question
now,
Mark, but that's
for
how
Jude.
Salah
Thomas
runs
burnt.
his defense, Mark.
Thomas, Thomas, Thomas burnt fucking sauce on a couple of plays. I remember seeing that. But anyway, go ahead, continue.
June, I got a
I'm,
question
I'm,
for
I'm
you,
listening
bro.
to your question.
Wait, I want to hear.
Talk
Wait,
to
wait,
me.
wait, wait, wait. I want to hear from Bobby, and I
Go
do
ahead.
want to hear from Alex. So, Bobby, just go ahead. Then I
Go
got to
ahead.
get Bill up here.
Yeah.
Bobby, go ahead, and then
Sorry to
Alex.
keep bringing up Salah, but
Morning.
I did want to get my points out about this. I do agree
You
that
can. You're
Salah
I
was
good.
a
can't hear. I can't
terrible.
hear Bobby.
Can you hear me?
Drop June. Drop June and come back.
Yeah, Salah
All right.
was a terrible head coach. I don't think anyone's arguing that. The main problem with that I was actually surprised about is when we got rid of him, we lost our defensive coordinator. I mean, Albrecht is absolutely god awful. I've never seen a defense like this. They get a first down whenever they want. Mac Jones looks like Tom Brady. I mean, it's insane. I mean, after that Minnesota
Yep.
loss or the Denver loss, Salah came into office with the plan to make Downing the OC, and then he got fired. If that would happen and Woody didn't step in, I honestly do think we'd be still in the hunt for the playoffs right now because Todd Downing's offense looks pretty damn good. And solid defense wasn't amazing, but we're barely losing these games. I mean, we have 4 losses by like 1 possession. So I do.
That's that's fair, Bob. And Mark, I agree with you. And
That's all
sorry,
right.
Bob. Go ahead,
Yeah, no, that
continue.
was my
Because
main point.
yeah, Mark, I agree. I think the team would have been a little bit better, but how much better? Salah had to go, man. And Mark, I'm riled up because the season sucks, Mark. That's the bottom
I get
line.
it, Pete. And Bobby put it
And they
very
ruined it.
well. I agree with everything he said. He's exactly right.
Yeah, Alex, I want to hear from you about this win. By the way, did anybody not care that the Jets should have kneeled at the end of the game? I'm sorry.
Pete, on that,
Like,
I was expecting 3 kneel downs and a kick,
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
game over.
Me too.
Instead, they went for it and put it. And listen, if this had been what I don't want to say that, but look, if this was the Jet defense of old and they scored and then they gave the team a minute on the clock, I would have been like, great, the Jets have this one in the bag because the defense is going to get a pick or a sack or something like, and then wrap it up that way because because of faith in the defense. I don't have any faith in the defense. Do you? They
I
stink.
thought it was a great move. I had the Jets giving 3.
yeah. Well,
Give me credit.
Alex,
At
go
least
ahead.
I bet on the
I can't.
Jets. I'm probably the only knucklehead in the world that did that yesterday.
No, I picked them in my pool. Go ahead.
Sometimes you gotta make money off the Jets.
Yeah.
Bill and I had a lot of similar thoughts. So I don't. I'm going to split this with Bill and
say some things, and Bill will follow it up with some really good thoughts about yesterday's game and what was most important. For me, I don't care about the players anymore. I don't care if Rogers stays or goes. I don't care about dead cap money. All garbage. It's all bullshit. They need a GM and a coach. Please let's stop with Rogers dead money, or if Rogers is going to come back. It's
Thank you.
absolutely, positively, 110% meaningless for the 80th year in a row that we're doing these spaces and these conversations. It's either you have the coach, the culture, the GM, and the regime, or you do not. Salah was never getting this team over the top ever. So I don't care about Salah. Regroup in the offseason. Let the new regime coming in determine who's coming and who's going. I don't want to hear about let's trade Sauce, let's trade Breeze. It's irrelevant. None of that matters. And in terms of Sauce taking a step back or whatever the shit is, when you're in a culture like the Jets are, a miserable fucking franchise with awful coaching and awful shit, all these guys are not going to be maximized. It doesn't matter who we draft, where we draft, what the dead money is. The Broncos, with 90 million in dead cap this year, have a rookie quarterback. They're going to the playoffs. Get the coach, get the GM, have a culture and a philosophy. It's the first year I'm going into the offseason. I don't care about the draft. I don't care about the players. I